everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
I figured I'd send you a voice note because it's like easier than like texting all this. But anyway, had a good time tonight. Definitely think you are lovely. However, I would love to, if we're gonna go to your place on Thursday. I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy to see if like I am compatible with you. So like if I'm gonna come over, like I would be hoping to like hook up, have a good time, have like that romantic spark and that physical spark there for my own sake because it's hard for me to continue dating someone and seeing them if I don't know if I'm compatible. So um, I know you said I don't know about that. So like I guess my thing is like what would be the point of me coming over then if we're not gonna like hook up and like cuddle and like be intimate with each other. And if that's what you don't want, that's fine. But like, I think we should just like end it here then, respectfully, just because I first date that's fine. Like, you want to get to know each other, I'm all about that. But like, I am looking to have that physical aspect there, and I don't want to continue seeing someone if I don't know if that's good, if that's not there or not. So up to you. Let me know. I'm happy to if you do want me to come over, I'm happy to do so. Would love to have a good time, and we can have some wine, hang out, and chill. But if you're not trying to hook up, then like I think we should just go our separate ways. Let me know.
What that voice memo guy was doing is called weaponizing consent.
Yes, I think it's actually far more insidious than anyone has touched on, because I have seen this film before, and I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but everyone's asking me my opinion on the voice memo guy that's going super duper viral right now. And lock in here, Women's Fear, because all of this is signs to me of a man who something has happened in the past or he's struggled with consent and boundaries of some sort. He probably went to therapy, a bad therapist maybe, and came out thinking that this was what consent needs to look like, especially if this happens again, he will have this sort of agreement to fall back on, even though that's not how consent works. Which is then where we would fall into the category, right, of weaponizing pre-agreed upon consent as if that's how it works, as this previous creator wonderfully mentioned. So lock in here, Women's Fear. I do think we need to have a deeper conversation about this because I've seen this film before. If you're not already familiar, this is the voice memo that's going super duper viral right now. Everyone's talking about. You can find it over here. Essentially, in summary, after the first date, this man sent this voice memo to this woman, making it very clear that on their second date, he needs to know if they're compatible in the bedroom, so he would only show up if they would be hooking up. But of course, he presented it under the guise of like, oh, this is just me having clear communication and consent in these important conversations. And I received a very similar conversation request with a man I was seeing extremely quickly one time. And that's the first red flag, right? This is, an important conversation to have in sorts, but later down the line when everyone's ready for it, and not if you're continually pushing it on the woman before she's clearly ready to have it. That is very pushy. It reads like love bombing, which also goes hand in hand with men who struggle with consent and basic boundaries and things like that, right? They want everything all at once on their timeline very quickly, and they will blow through any barriers or boundaries you attempt to put up. The only time I'd ever received something this very direct and clear communication was from a man who, ironically enough, blew through every other boundary I put up in the relationship in every other aspect outside of the bedroom.
Voice memo guy is innocent, and the women complaining about him are pick-me's. Hear me out. This guy left this girl a voice memo after their first date, letting her know that if he's coming over to her place for their second date, he would like to sleep together. He said, hey, just so you know, at this point, I would like for us to establish some type of chemistry, and if not, that's perfectly fine. We just probably won't need to see each other in that intimate setting. Basically, if he ain't cracking, he ain't coming, so what's up? And although it is a strange way to ask for consent, at least he asked. He didn't wait until they were in person and pressure her. He said, these are my intentions. If these are not your intentions, we probably shouldn't do this. Now, the bird brain pick-me's are calling this an ultimatum, which reminds me that you all don't understand what multi-syllable words mean. It's actually a choice. See, an ultimatum requires some type of negative consequence. What is the negative consequence here? She doesn't get picked by this man? They don't go on a second date? Oh no, are you serious? Y'all remind me of those girls from high school that were like, I felt pressured to sleep with my boyfriend because if I didn't, I knew he was gonna find someone else. So they slept with him, and then what happened? He still cheated on you with someone else. And I'm sure some of your friends and family who consoled you afterwards told you, oh babe, it's not your fault. He was a douchebag, and some of that is true. But as your brutally honest bestie, I will tell you the other part that's true. You didn't have to sleep with him. You didn't have to do that. The option was sleep with him or let him go. Y'all be so afraid to let a man go. Let him go, sis. If you are dating someone and they clearly state that they want intimacy on a timeline that does not work for you, leave that man. Y'all two do not need to be together. You're not on the same timeline. You're not compatible. It's that simple. Some of the girls are so afraid to be alone that they end up saying yes to things that they should have said no to, pushing their boundaries in a way that makes them uncomfortable. And then afterwards, when it still doesn't work out because y'all were never compatible to begin with, you want to blame the men. It's not the man's fault that you went past your own boundaries. You should have said something and stopped it, ended it right there. And so I hope that if she's that uncomfortable, they're just not gonna see each other again and everything will be fine. I genuinely think this man did the right thing by stating his intentions before he came over. Now she has to put her big girl panties on and decide if she wants to sleep with that man or not. And if she doesn't and he wants to leave, let him. Now you both get to go off and find people that you're actually compatible with. That's not an ultimatum. That's like a win-win scenario. Ladies, it's 2026. Stop being afraid to set your boundaries and let them walk away. You don't have to be picked by this one. You can go be picked by another one. There are other fish in the sea, I promise.
This is what consent looks like, y'all.
No, baby bangs, that is not what consent looks like. But you had a lot to say, so let's listen to that first.
A video went viral last week of a girl that got a voice note from a guy that she was dating, and he was basically saying, hey, if we're going to continue hanging out, I just want you to know that I am seeking a connection, and if you don't want to explore a connection, then we should probably just end this now.
Did he say that? Was he looking for a connection, or did he say it like this?
It's hard for me to continue dating someone and seeing them if I don't know if I'm compatible. So I know you said I don't know about that. So like, I guess my thing is like, what would be the point of me coming over then if we're not gonna like hook up? First date, that's fine. Like, you want to get to know each other, I'm all about that. But like, I am looking to have that physical aspect there, and I don't want to continue seeing someone if I don't know if that's good, if that's not there or not. So up to you. Let me know. I'm happy to. If you do want me to come over, I'm happy to do so. Would love to have a good time.
Also notice how he said something about how she wasn't like into it on the first date. Something tells me this is a man who thought he was going to get laid on a first date, and when that didn't happen, he left this voice note basically saying, girl, if you don't put out, I'm out. But please tell me how you think this is consensual.
That is him. Guys, if I do anything by the end of tonight, I will be getting proof that I dated that man. I scrubbed my phone of him when we ended things, but I swear there has to be something. Guys, please just give me 30 minutes and I will show you the proof. I swear. I swear. It's so funny because I was going to work and I saw the TikTok and I'm like, that kind of sounds like him. And then it came up on my feed again the same day. And I'm like, no, that's him. The way he speaks, his voice, the cadence, he talks like that every day. Someone said play it back to back, so here it is. This is the only video of his voice that I have.
Like 4 breaths, because I forgot it was a 50, but it's good. Excited for the relays, which are next. No, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Sign out. How do I?
If we're gonna go to your place on Thursday, I mean, I am looking to have that physical intimacy to see if like I am compatible with you. So like, if I'm gonna come over, like I would be hoping to like hook up.
There's a long-awaited. I'm nervous. Let's get into how I know Voice Memo Guy and my relationship with him when we were dating. I'm gonna reserve all judgment and just tell you guys my story. I think I'm just gonna call him Chris. Chris and I met in March. We dated for like 3.5 weeks, if that. Him and I met from Hinge. We initially like hit it off. My honest impression of him was that he was really sweet. He was really genuine. He was a little nerdy and he seemed really harmless. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit about our short relationship. We went on like 4 or 5 dates. He didn't give me an ultimatum. I actually did share with him that I wasn't comfortable doing stuff like that. He totally understood. He said that we can go at whatever pace that I felt comfortable with. The voice memo surprised me to the max because I did not see that side of him at all. I also do want to preface though that I think I was one of the first girls he dated when he like moved to the city. So I think I got like a different side of him. People want to know like if I have a horror story or like why things ended. He eventually just told me that he wanted to like keep exploring his options because he wants to find a wife. If I was down, like he would just want to have like casual sex. And after that, I didn't talk to him again, and that's like the last time I spoke to him. Well, that's the end.
So this is the girl's page who posted this. But listen, who the guy went out with. Actually, I think this is the friend. I don't think this is the actual woman's page. I think this is the friend, because I think her friend posted this on her page. And that's the friend who sent her the voice memo. Because the actual person who's posted this totally different. Looks totally different. Not too much different, but body type different as hell. And I see why, he just like, let me just test it out real quick. I don't think I'm that attracted to her, but whatever. But I think this is a clear indication that women are confused about what they want out of a relationship. Because if a man is being honest and telling you up front what he wants, because girls sleep with a guy and then he ghosts her, and he'd be like, damn, what happened? I thought we had a good time. Well, up front, she told you, like, he told you what he wanted. So if a guy doesn't tell you that and he's just there and he's lying to you about his intentions, he strings you along and then just can't figure it out. Because I've done that. Like I'll talk to somebody and I'll just be like, yeah, this ain't working, man. I ain't feeling it. I just can't keep doing it. And I've done that. And women have done it to me. And I'm like, all right, I'm not going to make a TikTok about it, but it's all good. But the fact that he sent her this voice memo makes it, it just confirms that he's being upfront with what he wants and doesn't want to string her along. But it's actually her choice. It's not I don't think it was an ultimatum. Ultimately it was an ultimatum, but it wasn't, that still didn't guarantee that he was going to be with her, because he could have had sex with her and didn't feel the connection. So now you just gave it up to him, and now you don't have that connection or that person no more. So I know people be having sex with, different people. I don't really consider, at this age that, like, having sex with one person just to see if you're going to enjoy it. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it's actually a good idea. It's not like you raising your body count. If you've had sex over 100 times, your vagina is your vagina. It's not gonna get no different no matter how many penises go into it. Because if you have sex with a person every day for 365 days, that doesn't make you a whore. So sleeping with a different guy when you meet them and you date them, that's why most women, they don't like to date a lot. They'll be like, no, because it's gonna lead to sex, and I don't want to raise my body count. I'd rather just be with one person, and y'all dudes don't be acting right. So I guess it's all about intention, and both of you gotta align. And look, he's probably doing this to multiple women. He's just trying to get laid. So I would advise this guy to just go pay for it. Just go pay for it. Skip the dates. Because if it's the dates, I don't know if it's the money that's involved with dating that makes this appropriate, but just go buy you a prostitute. Skip all the buying dinner and traveling around, getting to know her. Just go buy you a prostitute, man. They on Snapchat for like $100. Don't ask me how I know. That's why I don't have Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat because there's too many prostitutes on there, and somehow they find your page and they just trying to sell you every day. I'm like, what is this? Like, anyway. And thing is, I just think it's it'll be irresponsible to say that what he wanted was not it's what he wanted. So respect his wishes, and you don't have to give it to him. Just tell him, oh, this ain't what I want. All right, I'll holler at you, and you fine. But guess what? He's gonna do that to the next girl, and the next girl, and the next girl, and eventually it's gonna work. But I think he should change his approach to dating, because I wouldn't even take you out on a date. I'd just be like, let's hook up. If I like you, we're going to kick it. If not, it is what it is, because that's what it sounds like. He just wants somebody that's going to sleep with him. And if he likes you, if there's a connection, which I'm going to tell you what, every time I've had a good connection with a woman, like a really good one, it's been a toxic relationship. Now, I have connections with everyone. But I mean, like, there's one that you just can't get off your mind, and yeah, it's just like, but the only thing that would get you off of their mind is you knowing the real them, and you be like, side-eyeing the stuff that they do. So, but having that, and that relationships are always toxic, man. But let me know what y'all think about this guy and what the women had to say about his video, because a lot of women are on both sides of the fence with this, and it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.